everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Next Gen MoneyWise, where we break down the real deal about your dollars while providing valuable financial tips that will guide you towards a more secure financial future. I am your host, Tony Ann.
And I'm Vaughn. Today, we're pretty much sharing how credit unions are making a difference.
That's right, Vaughn. The movement has significantly impacted the lives of Jamaicans for years.
I'm excited to jump into our conversation with a gentleman who truly cares about credit unions and the positive impacts they have on people's life every single day. His passion for this cause is inspiring, and I believe you'll find his insight both meaningful and uplifting.
So, joining us today from the Credit Union family is none other than Credit Unions of Jamaica CEO, Mr. Robin Levy, otherwise known as my boss. So stand up and clap, please.
Hi, Mr. Levy.
Mr. Levy, we're gonna make this episode extra spicy because you have to send my paychecks.
Well, you know, if spice pay a paycheck, so be it. I can pay in pepper
right?
and pimento and ginger.
That's fine. All right.
No?
Well, those things are expensive, so we could discuss. All right, fine. So we wanted to start with the saying, lower fees or no fees.
Low fees or no fees. Yeah, man. So we all know that the banks really like fees. Yeah. It's really one of the ways that they utilize to make profitable customers out of, especially low-income earners, persons. You know, when you realize if you open a bank account, they charge you for almost everything. They charge to put your money in, they charge to take your money out, they charge to look at your money, they charge you not to look at your money. So credit unions don't go in that direction, generally speaking. So our fees are usually lower than banks, and there are fewer of them. So it's one of the ways in which you get to keep your money, because it's your money, you should be able to keep more of it.
And if you could just break down a little for us, because personally, businesses are there for profit.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, what makes a credit union different? Why are you not about profit?
Well, it's not like we're allergic to money. Don't get it twisted, right? We like profits, surpluses we call them, but that's not the reason we exist. The reason credit unions are formed is to empower regular Jamaicans. So the idea is we all own the credit union. So what's the point of the credit union making money on you to turn back around and give you the same money they just made off of you? That makes no sense. So the idea is to make enough money so the credit union can pay staff, you know, good salaries, buy computers, have air conditioning and light and water in the building and so on, and also reinvest in technology and give good service to the members. But that is what is going to keep it going, to serve members. That's what, so we have a saying in credit unions, not for profit, not for charity, but for service. Sounds like an ideal, but really it is the makeup of credit unions. Unlike others who are in this thing to make a profit. And the whole idea is to make a profit from your customers to give it to your owners. In our case, the customers are your owners. So how much money you really want to make?
I love that. So we get better interest rates and savings on loans. So credit unions are often praised for offering better interest rates and on both saving and loan. But how does the credit union ensure these rates stay competitive? And what kind of saving products or loans are most popular with your members?
So I don't know if I want to correct you here. It's not that you're always going to get the best loan rates or loan rates certainly from credit unions. Our loan rates are comparable, and remember there are 23 credit unions, and each of them have their own loan rates. Some may have lower loan rates in a specific area, say car loans, and some may have higher loan rates in other areas than the competition. But the rates are going to be comparable. On the savings side, you can almost guarantee that credit union savings rates are going to be higher. They're going to pay people more for their savings. How do they do this? The very same thing. We're not looking to dig out anybody's eye to make a dollar. You know, it's about maintaining your margins between what you pay your savers and what you earn from your borrowers to make sure you can keep the business going, as opposed to just trying to make as much as you possibly can.
Awesome.
I don't know if I've answered your question.
You have. This feels more like it's a service tailored to get persons on the path of being stable, right?
Yeah.
And when we touch on that, we go into personalized service.
Right.
So when persons hear about personalized service, it can mean a lot of different things. How does the credit union deliver a more personal member experience? And that's my next question.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good question. Now, there are 23 credit unions with 120 branches, something like that, across Jamaica, which is 10 times more than all the banks have put it. I mean, so understand, we have a lot, we're smaller first of all, so the largest credit union is still smaller than the smallest bank. But we are people-based. So we have more touch points, we have more branches where persons can walk in and feel welcome and comfortable. And chances are, the person behind the counter is going to know who you are, or somebody in the credit union is going to know who you are. Yeah. You're an owner, so you're also going to come to meetings, you're going to learn about cooperatives and learn about credit unions and learn about money management and how to keep your bag, that kind of thing. So you're going to have already more of a personal relationship. And being smaller, being more, centered on customer service, it's going to mean that you're probably going to get better customer service in terms of touch points. Where we need to do some more work is in offering more services online, because I know you next geners, if you can't do it on your phone, then it's probably not going to get done, right?
Right.
So a lot more credit unions are moving to put products online, so you can register online, you can apply for your loans online. Same time, by the way, you don't have to wait, and so on. So that's where we're moving to. We'll call it high tech, high touch.
And the beauty of it too is that you can open an account with as many credit unions as you like. You don't have to stick to one. You
can. You can be a member of more than one credit union. But really, it's about finding the one that is best for you. Yes, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. But do you really want to have 6-7 credit unions where you have 6-7 savings accounts and 6-7 loans? Your money after a while is going to get a bit dispersed. Yeah. So find 1 or 2, maybe 3, and stick with what works for you.
Yeah, and we know that the movement is all about community involvement. Yes. So can you just share with us perhaps recent happenings where you've been there for the community and for members?
Well, we have a very active outreach program in the movement. So just about every credit union gives out millions of dollars of scholarships every year, internships, summer programs for persons at college or high school level. We also adopt basic schools. Basic education was a big thrust of credit unions. And then we have these ad hoc projects that come up. For instance, we had Hurricane Beryl last year, which was devastating for Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, some parts of Manchester. We had over 70 next geners like yourselves come together. We, begged, paid for, got together hundreds of thousands, probably more than $1 million, actually a couple $1 million worth of goods, basic items that persons were really, dying to get, and put together hundreds of care packages, took them down to Rocky Point, Treasure Beach, all kind of areas on the south coast, and gave them out. And that's just who we are. Yeah. And we organized that. It's a sea of persons in blue. It was like an invading army. Yeah. And we swarmed all these communities, and just, it was pretty good to be able to help them to get over that. Certainly. And those are the types of things we're going to be continuing to do on a continuous basis.
Yeah, making impact.
Absolutely.
All right, so for someone who is probably debating whether they should stick with the traditional banks or come over to the credit unions, what would your advice be to a young person?
I would say try them out. Try out a bank, try out a credit union, and then see which one sticks. Not everybody's going to have, all their business and attention catered to by any one institution. So try them out. But if you like credit unions more, and I think you will, then you know who to give most of your business to.
Yeah, personally, I would want to walk into somewhere where my money is being kept and they know me by name. Yeah. And I can feel that special warmth that the credit unions offer.
The connection.
Yeah.
There is one thing I didn't mention.
Yeah.
You know, when you put some money in your account and you forget about it, and you come back maybe, well, I don't know if you do, but then years later you remember and you go back, if it's a bank, your money is going to be gone.
Yeah.
If it's a credit union, your money is going to be there, plus interest.
Yeah.
Because unlike banks, we don't close those accounts. Most credit unions don't charge fees to, you know, eat away at what is there. It'll still be there when you come back.
Yeah. And I, especially as somebody who's from the countryside,
Oh, you know
I grew up around a gateway, now Infinity.
Right.
I have an aunt. She's always been like an avid saver, and she saves with Gateway, and she's been abroad for years now.
Right.
And I kid you not, her money is sitting right there,
waiting
just
for
waiting on her to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back.
yeah.
And it takes a different level of trust
Yeah,
and
man.
track record for credit unions to be able to do that.
80 odd years we've been doing this.
Yeah.
And
that's-
we've never had a single credit union member lose $1 in a credit union.
That's impressive stuff.
Yeah.
The world needs to know about that.
Yeah.
So when we say trustworthy, we mean it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Our street credit's there, you know.
Yeah.
And what do they say? The
So
credit
don't-
union
yeah.
for the people.
Yeah, don't ask somebody, ask anybody.
Oh, first time hearing that one.
First you hear that? No, man, that's old talk, man. You guys too young to know them something.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Next Gen Money Wise.
It was my pleasure.
Our pleasure too, right, Brian?
Awesome.
We need a part 2 for sure.
Definitely. I was just about to say that.
No,
Yes.
part 3.
All right, part 3 and part 4. All right, fine. That was Credit Unions of Jamaica's CEO, Mr. Robin Levy. Insightful and educational.
Definitely, Tony. Now, we can't leave without giving our Next Gen fam the chance to win something.
That's right. Could you identify 3 advantages that our CEO, Mr. Robin Levy, highlighted regarding credit unions in comparison to traditional banks?
That's right. The only way you can be eligible for the prizes we're giving is if you follow us on our socials at Credit Unions JA.
And we are not just about giving away prizes here on Next Gen. We are also leaving you with financial tips that will empower you.
So for this week's money tip powered by NAJ, cooperative credit unions often offer lower loan rates and higher saving interest. Switching could save you thousands over time.
Until next time, I am Tony.
And I'm Vaughn.
See you next time.
Money Wise fam.